everyone, and welcome back again to another review on the zxspectrum 48K. My name is Nick. This one's called Merlin, published by Firebird Software in 1988 and written by Mike Westlake. It's a part of their silver range, a budget range of $1.99. Now, we've already reviewed two games that use the same engine as this, called SAS Combat Assault and Pieces of 8. They were given away as cover tapes late on in the ZX Spectrum's run from Sinclair User in 92 and 93. Now, the problem with those games is the characters were so large it really hampered the playability. I'm expecting no different here. Anyway, so you're controlling a wizard this time, and you need to collect stars by avoiding all the nasties. If you collect all the stars, apparently you get all your magic back. Now, this is the only commercial release, 1988, of the free games there, but if you had this one back in the day, let me know. Looks like it's got room names somewhere. It's the throne room. Now, energy will gradually go down with contact with the ghosts and spirits. But yeah, so you can duck, you can jump, but again, same sort of thing really. There's not much room to move about because the character is so big. Now the problem with the other two games is, I don't know whether it was a bug or not, when you hit the other enemies, there we go, it's the same. When you hit the other enemies, your energy is supposed to go down ever so slightly, and then you get the occasional one, just a single touch and you're dead. And because there's not much room to move around, it just makes you go crazy. And this looks like it'll be the same. But anyway, it was $1.99, so you can't complain too much if you had this back in the day or bought it. It'll give you a bit of entertainment. Terrible colour clash there with the background with the Knights of Armour. For some reason, they're green. Look at that, that's awful. Anyway, let's collect the stars. I'm not quite sure how many stars we need to collect in total. But yeah, it's probably slightly less annoying than Pieces of 8 and SAS Combat Assault, I suppose. But not by a great deal. I don't know why the stars are white here on this occasion. So we're in Camelot, I think. There we go. And out into the woods. That's good graphics. And so it's another one of those ones that it's impressively coded. Look good from the screenshots. There's good graphics in there, but the playability is darn awful. Anyway, as I said on the other reviews, I think if you made the character about half the size, maybe it still would have been impressive as a large character there. But you would have just had more manoeuvrability, and it would have moved a little bit quicker as well. You've got to be pixel perfect around some of these enemies. Look at that. And at the merest touches, I'm dying again. Take your hat off. If he took his hat off, he would have an extra inch or so. Right, duck down, get past these ghosts. Get all your magic back, and boom. SAS Combat Assault, you were going through Downing Street collecting hand grenades. And on Pieces of 8, you was going around, well, collecting Pieces of 8. Who knew that? No game with all three in. The wizard, the SAS man, and the pirate fellow. Yes, theme-wise, I like the pirate one the best, but this one looks slightly, well, I say slightly easier. I'm sort of like swearing my head off. Now, these games aren't about expert gameplay, about seeing how you would have found the game back in the day on your first or second go. Would there have been enough there if you want to play it again? Now, if this was the only game in the box, it would have got a bit of play, but if I got anything else, I don't think it would have been played at all. If I got it in the playground copied on a C90 tape with a list of other games, I doubt I would have played this ever, and I probably would have fast-forwarded through the thing. But, you know, can't take away. It's a nice idea. It just doesn't work particularly well. Now, if you've watched this far into the video, thank you for doing so. It might mean that you like this kind of commentary. It's sort of informative, but not really. We're all about stress busting here, having a bit of a laugh, really. Detachment from everyday reality. So if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, because that really helps. If you're a wizard, do you dress in cyan with a blue hat on? What's your style, or have you got a big long beard? There. My favourite wizard for everywhere is Rincewind from the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett. Gandalf, well, he's sort of okay, but, you know, he's better than Harry Potter in my book, but, yes, not as good as Rincewind. And this guy, he's very stiff, he's not moving too much. There's cyan suits of armour there, so they cater for everyone. What the hell are those things? Now, apparently it takes some of the routines from Roller Coaster, and yeah, but you know, but Roller Coaster is a much better game. You're controlling a character that not too dissimilar from Henhouse Harry from The Amazing Chucky Egg, but maybe a little bit fatter. He's had an extra few fairground buns. So have a look on the review on that one if you haven't done so already. A big shout out to the members for keeping the channel going. Now, my notes say this came out in 1988, but on the bottom there I see copyright 1987, so maybe there was a bit of an overlap between the two. If you want to see, how do I get past this thing? If you want to see more ZX Spectrum reviews, they're all there in the playlist. We all know how to get there, but for those people that don't know, click on my username, and then that takes you to the channel page always. Then click on the playlist tab. Hopefully it's there, unless YouTube have changed the layout of the thing. And then there'll be the list of playlists, including ZX Spectrum and a number of other systems. So, you know, give them a bit of love, please. Give them a bit of love. So 1988, 4 years later, 92 was PCS8, I think, and then SAS Combat Assault. Back in the time where Sinclair user the magazines getting thinner and thinner because they had less and less material, and they're selling less and less copies. I suppose that to give more and more stuff away. And then, of course, the ZX Spectrum, a little while later, has had a massive revival. Thank goodness for that. And the homebrew scene is as big as it ever was. A new computer as well, the Spectrum Next. I don't know how many games are currently available for that, but that's a big market. But, you know, love is still for the old systems, 48K, 128K, which is where my heart is, really. And they're coming up with some great stuff. Every Wednesday on the channel, we'll review a homebrew or a mod or a remake in some of the description on the ZX Spectrum. So keep your eyes out for that, baby. There we go. Right, it's a green cauldron over a little flame. I've collected a lot of stars here. Now, one criticism, well, I've got lots of criticisms of this, but one of the criticisms is you don't know how many stars are left to collect, unless it says it somewhere. You see my energy by that yellow cross, I think. But, yeah, if they kept it all so all the enemies just drained your energy a little bit, this bit is the really bit that's killing it. Any slight touch with the enemy and you're losing a life straight away. And when it's so close as this to getting through, it just takes away all the fun that you possibly could have had for it. A kid's imagination, if they're enjoying the game, it's easy enough, will add so much more to it. The kid's imagination isn't going to even start running if they're dying every 5 seconds. You know, you got to imagine they've got a friend around the house, they're trying to impress them. Would this do the trick? No, it wouldn't. They'd load Chucky Egg or something completely different. Music is good enough, but that would have been lost on a lot of kids as well, as they wouldn't want to play this thing. We're in the Kingdom of Camelot, and it's not somewhere I'd want to go to again. So, I'm not a big fan of Merlin or Princess of 8 or SAS Combat Assault, although it's nice to see them. I've mentioned it on those other reviews, I'm sure, but my favourite game with a large character, there's a few to choose from, Popeye and a few others, Gregory and his clock, but my favourite one is The Trapdoor by Piranha Software. Burke and Boney, you can't beat that. Don't you open that trapdoor, you're a fool if you dare. Now that knocks socks all this, because the character is a little bit smaller than this, but it's more like a big plasticine character, and it's got bags of character, where this is a little bit flat. I find it hard to fall in love with this wizard, I really am. Also, as well, you jump on the background. Sometimes you jump high up on a stool or something, and you weren't quite used to it, and you can't get out of the way of the enemy in time. If you wasn't here, I'd be 100% honest, I would have turned it off by now. I think I might have to jump over that thing. Yeah, see, look, we jump over that successfully. That's the way to do it, and then immediately bump into the thing on the next thing. So it's bad level design as well. It's a bit like a sadist, really. I've got to jump over this one. Well, have I? Let's have another go. Maybe. Can I do it? Oh, man. Turn this off, man. Turn this off. Well done if you're going to play this. If you have played it after the review and you did quite well, come back and let me know. As I say, screenshots would have fooled a lot of people, I think. And also the subject matter, Merlin. It's quite a good name for a game. I imagine Merlin features in quite a few other ZX Spectrum games. But yes. Thank goodness there wasn't a fourth one. But it's a sort of game, looking at the SS and Pieces of 8, that someone might mod to do a different a character, like a spaceman or something, but it'll be equally as bad, so don't fall for it if you see it. Don't fall for it if you see it. If you want roller coaster graphics and routines, play Roller Coaster, much smaller character and a much better experience. Although I didn't complete that one either, but it was nice going around seeing all the different rides in the fairground. Yes, these ghosts are annoying me. If you are a ghost, then comment below. My favourite ghosts are the ones from Pac-Man. They sort of like cutesy. See, look at that, and then I just walk past that ghost this time. There's no consistency. There's no consistency in this thing whatsoever. Anyway, so my last go against my better judgment. I'll be a bit more cavalier here. Let's see how many stars we can get. I don't know how many points we're getting for each star collected. I shouldn't have really started again. That's a ladder right there. Let's go up there. There we go. This is a new area. And that skull killed me this time, didn't it? Yeah, that kills you. You start off with 10 lives. It's quite generous, but it's just prolonging the pain, really. There's a load of books up there. Don't know what books they are, but they're red and green and yellow and, yeah, interesting. Can't go through here. I was hoping to go through it onto the battlements. Don't seem to be able to do that. And already down to 4 lives. Some of you might be saying that's a relief. If, in fact, you are still here. Thank you very much. But anyway, the 199 silver range. You might have got some class games from that silver range. It's a bit like the Mastertronics range. They're 199. I think they're Finders Keepers were one of my favourite budget games. But there were quite a few to be found. I expect thousands and thousands of games are being submitted to these publishers at the time. Lots of people making games in their bedroom, and I think there's hundreds of games that never saw the light of day. But there you go. Yes, I've had enough of it. I'm sure you've had enough of it as well. You know what I think about this game. Well coded, good graphics, playability, an absolute pig. Anyway, I don't want to go back. So I hope you like to have a look at that game. That was Merlin on the zxspectrum 48K, published by Firebird Software in 1988. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.